Hey guys, welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. It's Tuesday. It's time to talk about some new releases coming out this Friday, November 18th. There's almost 700 albums on the that are being released this Friday. I got 14 I'm going to talk about on the list today. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you go check all those out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for our merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music weekly playlist that we put together, and also the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. Like I said in the intro, there's almost 700 albums coming out this Friday. I'm only going to talk about 14 of them, though, so there's something I don't talk about in the show today. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you're looking forward to this week. I'll also say that of the 14 albums I'm going to talk about, if you're unable to find any of these in your local store, I'll put links below down in the description. Be able to pick all these will be available on Amazon if you're looking for them and are unable to find them in your brick and mortar stores. I think the big album for this week, of course, is going to be that Michael Jackson Thriller release that's coming out. This is, of course, released back in 1982. It's the biggest selling album of all time. It was Michael Jackson's sixth studio album. Of course, this is the 40th anniversary release, and there's like multiple different releases of this coming out. There's a MoFi one-step. It's going to run you about $140. Then there is there's also Walmart and Target exclusive releases coming out. They're going to be about $20 each. And I think there's also just like a standard release of this also. So, it's an absolute masterpiece of an album. Of course, produced by Quincy Jones. Like I said, what else can you say about Thriller? It's just from beginning to end, Michael Jackson wanted to create an album that was just packed full of hits. And I'd say he was pretty successful with that. And then this week you've also got Ice Nine Kills, The Predator Becomes the Prey. Very different album than Michael Jackson. This was released back in 2014. This is Ice Nine Kills' third studio album. This is their follow-up to their 2013 album, The Predator. This is on clear, smoky white vinyl. It's going to run you $23 online. I think this is just this is a reissue of an album of the reissue that just came out just recently. I think earlier this year I saw this also come out. So if you're a fan of either one of those albums, definitely grab those this week. There's also a couple other big 40th anniversary releases that are coming out this Friday. The first one, this is Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. Of course, released in 82. It's Iron Maiden's third studio album. To celebrate the 40th anniversary of this album, they're releasing this 3 LP package. They're done a triple gatefold. LP1 is the Number of the Beast LP, and then LP 2 and 3 is Beast over Hammersmith from 1982. Great live set. And I think this is actually the first time that Beast over Hammersmith has ever been available on vinyl. So it's going to run you $50. Kind of a pricey, but it is a 3 LP set, and the packaging looks pretty sweet. I've seen a couple people online already have this in hand, so I've seen some great pictures of this. I think it's going to be definitely a good one to grab. I think it's going to sell pretty quick, even with that $50 price tag. And then, of course, you get Kiss Creatures of the Night, another 40th anniversary release coming out. This was Kiss's 10th studio album. In my opinion, this is the last great Kiss album. I think it's the last one that, this was the last one that they did with the original Kiss makeup also. So it's this newly remastered, and this is a half-speed cut album, so it's going to sound fantastic. It's going to run you $33 online. I think there's also a bigger, more expensive package of this being released. At least I thought I saw one originally when this album was when this anniversary edition was being announced, and then I didn't really see anything else online about it. All I saw was just the standard issue. So maybe I don't know if they are doing a bigger package and it just got pushed back, or if it's just, or maybe I'm just misremembering the release, whatever. But I'm definitely looking for Creatures of the Night. I don't have it on vinyl, so I'll definitely grab that one for $33. I don't think it's a bad price. Another album that's coming out or being reissued this week that I think just had a reissue not too long ago. This is Ministry, Moral Hygiene. Originally released last year in 2021. It's Ministry's 15th studio album. It's going to be on Violet Vinyl, which I'm pretty sure the last reissue was also. But Moral Hygiene is an album that was in production for almost 3 years before it was released last year. To be completely honest, I haven't listened to anything from the last several Ministry albums. I definitely need to go back and check that out, at least the last few albums. It's going to run $24 online. And then this next one I'm really looking forward to. This is Neil Young and Crazy Horse World Record. It's going to run you $40 online. This is the new album from Neil Young. It's his 42nd studio album. This is produced by Rick Rubin, which I didn't know Rick was even working with Neil Young. And I'm not really sure of the background story of the cover photo on this, but the cover is actually Neil Young's father, who is apparently he was a journalist, Scott Young. I'm not really sure any of the backstory behind the picture, but it looks kind of cool. When I first saw it pop up online, I was like, that's kind of an interesting cover for a Neil Young album. But, it's definitely what I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely going to grab that one this week. This week, we're also getting a reissue of In Utero by Nirvana, of course, released back in 1993. It's Nirvana's third or fourth studio album, depending on if you consider Incesticide a studio album, which I guess I kind of do, even though it is kind of a compilation of other tracks, B-sides, and things like that. But this was it's going to run you $30 online, just a standard reissue. This album's been reissued, a bunch of times over the years. So if you don't have a copy of it, it's definitely worth grabbing one this week. And then you've also got so over the last month or so, Queen has been reissuing a lot of their albums. A couple of them have been reissued as Walmart exclusives, but the Walmart exclusives have been kind of different because I think all those have been the half-speed mastered reissues from the box set. And then all the other standard releases are just the standard 2011 versions of them. But this week you got a Kind of Magic that's going to be reissued. Originally released back in 1986. This is Queen's 12th studio album. This is, like I said, it's just the standard 2011 release, so it's not has to be master. I'm sure it's still going to sound fantastic. It's going to run you $24 online, so not a bad price if you're looking to add to your Queen collection. Something that's being released on vinyl this week that I didn't even know even came out when it was originally released back in September, digitally at least. This is Ringo Starr EP3. Like I said, I think pretty sure this is the first time it's been available on vinyl. This is a 4-track EP on 10-inch vinyl. It's going to run you $23 online. I've never been a huge Ringo Starr fan, to be completely honest. Actually, to be honest, outside of a couple of John Lennon albums, I haven't really been a huge fan of the Beatles solo work. I guess George Harrison had a couple of good albums also, but it's definitely something I need to kind of go back. I'll go back and at least stream those 4 tracks and check it out. And then this next one I'm really looking forward to. This is the Animals Retrospective. This is actually supposed to come out, I think, a month or 2 back, and got pushed back. Actually, I think I guess I'll kind of backtrack a little bit. Earlier this year, it was released as a Target exclusive on, I think it was on orange vinyl, and I'm pretty sure it sold out pretty quick. I never saw it anywhere. And then this is just the standard black reissue that's coming out this week. This was released back in 2004 on as a CD, and it's a compilation of 22 of the band's best known hits. And like I said, I don't think it's ever been released on vinyl, at least until earlier this year when it was that Target exclusive. It comes in a gatefold jacket. The Animals are definitely one of those bands that a compilation of their stuff will do me just fine. This is kind of pricey though. It's going to run you $46. I think is kind of a lot for that album. I think I'm going to try to go back and at least try to grab that Target exclusive off of Discogs. I know I saw it just recently for I think it was a little cheaper than that $46, so I'll try to get it from there. The Rolling Stones have 2 reissues coming out this week, but they're kind of interesting the way that they're reissuing. They're reissuing the UK versions instead of the kind of more popular US versions of these albums. But the first one, this is Aftermath, released back in 1966. Under My Thumb and Mommy's Little Helper were the 2 big tracks off of this album. It's going to run you $30. I'm not sure if I said that or not, but this was the first album of all new music from the Rolling Stones. And like I said, this is the UK version that's being released versus the US version. The US version included Painted Black on it. The UK version did not. So I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't reissue this with the US tracking listing on there. It's I think it's more of a popular album than the UK version, but I don't have either one of these, so I'll probably will pick up that one just because I think I haven't been able to find a good looking version of the US pressing, at least in a really long time. So I'm up in the air. Maybe I'll grab that one. And then the next one, this is Between the Buttons, released a year later in 1967. This is definitely more psychedelic than what the Stones had done previously. And like I said, this is also the UK version. The US version had Ruby Tuesday on it. So, for $30, I'd definitely be more likely to pick up both of these albums if it had those two big tracks on those two albums. But I don't know. Like I said, when I get to the record store this week, maybe I'll pick it up. Maybe I won't. I'll have to see. So this time of year, I try not to really talk about Christmas albums too much because I'm a huge fan of Christmas. We go all out here. I think I've got 6 Christmas trees in my house right now. But anyway, this is now that's what I call Christmas. Now has been releasing a bunch of great compilations over the last couple of years, especially on vinyl. I think there was a classic rock one that came out. I know there's a couple other ones that were like huge. There's one that had like a bunch of great 90s alternative tracks on it. But now has been releasing these Christmas albums over the last couple of years. I got one from last year, the year before, and then this one, same deal. This is actually going to be a triple LP release for $40, and it's just packed full of classic Christmas tracks and some more modern stuff. And I will say that the track listing on this one is different than the Now Christmas album from a couple years ago. So definitely looking forward to that one. I'm always looking to add to my Christmas record collection. And then the last one on my list is the Bodyguard original soundtrack, of course, released in 1992. Bodyguard was a huge album. I believe it's still one of the top 5 or 10 highest selling albums of all time. It sold an amazing, over 45 million copies, and it was number 1 on the Billboard for 14 weeks. It's a $23. I don't think it's a bad price actually for that album. I don't have it in my collection, so I'll definitely look to pick that one up this weekend. I think it's gonna be a great week for vinyl releases. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. A bunch of great stuff coming out this week. You got almost 700 albums coming out. I talked about 14 of them. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what else you're looking forward to. Like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to that Thriller release, Creatures of the Night, probably that Neil Young release. Maybe the Animals. Maybe we'll come to one of those Stones albums. I don't know. A bunch of great stuff this week, though. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.